Hello, welcome to Channel Messages with Sandra. Today we're doing zodiacs again. I'm going to do a group card first, if I remember. My mind's not my own sometimes. So, standard rules apply. Take what resonates. Keep going if it doesn't. But sometimes, because I get a lot of feedback, sometimes the messages, since it's time sensitive, if you will, or not time sensitive, it can happen for 7 years in advance. Even the smallest message where it sounds like it's general can mean something in the future. So hold on to it. And sometimes I do find that people will listen to another sign or even their sign and know that it's for a friend, and then you're the medium at that point somewhat. Remember to deliver messages with compassion. If you're unsure, don't add to it. If you're delivering a message from a medium like myself or a channeler, make sure you deliver it with passion, or say, oh, it sounds like it. That's gonna, I know, I have it hooked up. It's gonna rock. It's gonna vibrate. So make sure you just have compassion for the other person, and don't add to it. Don't subtract either necessarily. But messages have a way of getting to exactly who they're meant for. I've always found that. Okay, shuffled, blessed, cleared. One group card. Oh, using the Tarot Royale. And if I need clarifiers, I'm using the Ancestors deck, the Guardians and Ancestors. So the group card is the World. Here, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. If you know tarot, you know that it's usually positive. It's the ending of something, and it's usually positive. It can be the ending of something unpleasant, but then we go into something positive. So it's typical. You have, I know a lot of people just go the Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus, but I frequently get Virgo. I just get Virgos with this. Carefree Pisces. Well, we get a lot of, there's still Pisces in here. So if this connects with you, of course, or if it connects with someone close to you in your circle, fine. It's really nice. Yes, we're going through a rough time in the world. Yes, we're going through rough times individually. You know, things happen. People come, people go, people say things, things happen. Worldwide, it's not going to stop, and it's just going to increase. Sorry, but that's the way it is. No doom and gloom. We don't do doom and gloom here. We do factuals, as much as some people want to call channeling, but it always proves out, so we're okay. Some of you just watch the flights of fancy. Watch the, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. And it might not, we keep trying. By me saying, or by the channel saying, because I usually say we, by the channel saying, some of us were not meant to be astronauts. So, well, who's really an astronaut? But some of us are not meant to be astronauts. Some of us are not meant to be painters, you know, successful painters or singers. That was always what I wanted to sing. No, not happening. So we do have to be realistic. But if you have a dream in your heart, go for it. So if somebody can't be an astronaut, and here we go again, then you just study what you think an astronaut studies. Electronics, engineering, what you think you see up in the sky. You know, those type of things. It also feels, because they say it's like the laurel. The laurel wreaths that they would wear, the successors and heroes, and so that's what it feels like, a winning moment. It's a breath of friggin' fresh air, and it's like, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very simple today. I don't need a clarifier. Sometimes the world can take me on the world card can take me on a journey, but I'm getting it fairly simple. Most everyone listening to this is going to have a breath of fresh air, is going to have dreams that are like, oh, I like this, are going to have something that just feels singing. It feels happy. It feels a respite after so much worry and heartache, and that's it. Oh, did I put it away? No. Frequently what I'll do is I'll leave the card out, because frequently I do it in my group, the membership. If you want to know about that, let me know. In fact, I'm going to put a video up on here regarding that. But anyway, so I'll leave this off the group card. I'll leave this on the side, and it'll pair with whatever, because you know I usually only do the one card. If you didn't know, now you do. Usually, because you know we got a lot to do. All right, we're going to start with Gemini. Well, we started with group, but we're going to do Gemini. Gemini, you got the Six of Wands. This is one of my favorite cards, and because this is, I think, the average person. And it's funny that it's Gemini, because what happens is, are you the person on the horse, or are you the person in the group? Are you following like-minded, or are you like-minded in that is crowdthink? So are you following a crowd just to follow? Because a lot of times, I get it, and they've done tons of psychology research on this. I'm not a clinician in any stretch. Oh, I do a lot of counseling though, but are you following the crowd? Are you following the crowd? Is somebody looking at you like, why are you listening to that? Why are you following that? Why do you have that belief? And sometimes, and most of the time, if you're following your own path, then it's the right path at that moment. We're exactly where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there. It just works that way in the crazy. We don't always like it, but it's crazy. So figure out where you are, where you want to be. Do you need to escape? Do you need to put the Five of Wands, if you will, behind you and say, it's time to move on? Moving on does not mean pack up your stuff and hightail it out of where you're living. If it does, use your own intuition, research, understand what you're doing. But on average, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It can mean changing beliefs. No longer believing something I grew up with, for me, would be changing my beliefs. If I always got out of bed on the left side, maybe I'm going to switch to the right side. Where do you see your life going? How can you change what's happening to you? Or what's going to happen to you? How can you change that? Do you change it by being the person on the horse, being victor, and by being the victor? Because not everyone looks at a hero as a hero. Even if they truly are, even in the spiritual sense. So pay attention who and where, who you want to be, where you want to be, who you want around you. And sometimes the journey is lonely, journey is very lonely sometimes when we're taking the higher road. And then some others, there we go. They gotta be kicked to the curb. They gotta go. Use your own judgment. All right. Thank you, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer, 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 Cancer. Rising. Okay. You got the Five of Pentacles. Now, we know that fives are difficult, and if you didn't, there you go. Fives are a little bit of a challenge, obstacles. Be reticent is like, no, maybe not. But to be hard-hitting is like, this is bad. I don't like it. When is things going to change? This card tells us, because, you know what? Because I'm an intuitive reader also, and most of you are as well. This is like the Wheel of Fortune. So spin that sucker again and choose differently. You lost money, choose again. You lost faith, choose again. You lost friends and family, especially over the last 3 years. People have lost. I think that's a loss. I don't usually like that word, because since I'm a medium, I don't normally like it for like, oh, they had a loss. But, well, it's a loss in the heart. That's what it feels like. This feels like a loss in the heart for Cancers. I understand that it's the Pentacles, but I'm really picking up that this is a loss in the heart. And sometimes we have a loss of a sibling, a parent, a spouse, a good friend. It also hits us financially. This is a loss. I'm sorry. So let's get a clarifier and see where you go from here. That's the ticket. It's never over till it's over. And even then it's never over, because we know we're a soul. We're not the human body. So even when this body is no longer eligible to work, to be moving, the soul just leaves and goes to the afterlife, however you envision it, and then reincarnates into another body. It continues. We don't want to leave early, obviously, because there's a whole host of consequences and things with that. Oh, Direction Guardian. Choose your path. This one is very similar. Oh, it flew out of my hand. This one's very similar to the World card. If you want, listen to the group card at the beginning. Because look, you have the Aquarius, you have the, well, Buffalo, you have the Taurus, the Eagle. Eagles, Taurus is also, Scorpios, and Lions always Leos. Most of the time, I'm an intuitive reader. I see double Scorpios in here, so pay attention who's around you that's a Scorpio. Doesn't mean they're bad people, just you got to pay attention. This is, you need to, if you're going through this right now, you need to call on your guardians. You need to call, it's always free will. You do what you want. I'm not taking that responsibility. But the Direction Guardian tells you choose your path. If you're tired of being without, choose again. We don't give up. Doesn't mean that somebody's going to go their whole life and on, 563,000 years from now, right before their eyes close in this body for the last time, they're going to say, whatever you want to say, but make sure that you can end it and say it with faith that I might not have been perfect, but I did the best I could. I did the best I could. I don't like a decision, I'm going to make another one. I don't like the outcome, I'm going to make another one. Direction, direction, direction. Ask for a new direction. Ask for guidance. Do it before you go to sleep at night. Ask. Always surround ourselves with the white light of love and divine protection and healing. You can do what you want. That's what I do quite frequently. Thank you, Cancer. You're good. You gotta work with what you have. And then you'll move on. And we do get better. We do. Okay, thank you. Leo, you got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I have to tell you, this is, I just read for somebody the other day with the Leo, and Knights, Wands, it was like crazy. Well, it's excessive readings, but this is hold your horses. Don't go forward unless you have to. Check in with your own intuition as usual. Always do that first. These are guidelines, suggestions. I am a channeler. Many of us are, most of us are. But this card really says you need to figure something out, and you need, like, so if you have to refinance, you need to be a little creative with the refinance. You need to find a job. You need to be creative with that resume, with how you speak. It's not mean go full-blown lying. Say, yeah, I went to university, and you didn't. But you've done a lot of studying on your own. Implement that into everything that you're going to do. Commingle it together. Because Leos, I'm really hearing there are advances and advantages. And I keep hearing AD, so that's an adding. They're adding, they're adding, they're adding. Find out what's being added. Make sure you want it, and if you don't want it, you burn it up. Safety. I'm always cautioning people. I feel like a mother. I feel like people's mother. You want it also says with the Knight of Wands that somebody's wearing a mask around you, figuratively. I'm not getting into the discussion about those things. This is literally somebody's wearing a false mask. Pay attention to this. Boundaries are our, no, red flags are our boundaries. I'll get it eventually. So figure out where the red flags are, which is perfect for this card. Check them out. And if the person or the situation hasn't come to you yet, it's on its way for most Leos. But that still says, hold your horses, wait a second. Just wait a second. Just wait a minute. Don't come to a final decision. All right. Thank you, Leo. Oh, and I'm reminding everyone, the group card is paired. Most of the time, it's paired with your card. So go listen to that if you want. Thank you, Leo. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, go listen to the... I should say this all the time. Go listen to the group card if you want, because the group card's going to be paired, especially with the remaining of the signs, with whatever card you get. Ready? 4 Cups. The first card, the group card, was the World. So it's like the world is your oyster, but I can't make up my mind. Is that for me? You know, some people can't take a compliment, either guilt or it can trigger them if they've had trauma. We don't feel like we're worthy. I was like that for years, decades, most of my life. So come to the decision that you are worthy to receive compliments. You are worthy to receive something good. Take it. Yes, if somebody's offering, you know, like the Witch and the Snow White, if somebody's offering the apple, you want to sit and think about it for a second. Like, why is this person giving me? You want to sit and think about it for a second, but on average, this card is telling you, grab for it. Grab. Go for the gusto. Go for it. Go for it. Now, those type of mushrooms are there because they can give some people a little journey. I'll put it that way. And So this is a reminder to watch the fantasy. Watch how your fantasy life. It's good to have a fantasy life. It's good to have fantasies. It's good. That's what propels people forward, and we can go after what we want. It's because we can see the ending. So see the ending. Do your studying, do your reading, do your studying, and go after what you want. Accept the compliments. Virgos, accept the compliments. You don't accept them all the time. You can give them, but you don't accept them all the time. All right. Thank you, Virgo. All right. We're moving on to Libra. Yeah, I find that some days I have a particular word that I'll use a lot. I think all right is it for today. Libra, if you want, go listen to the group card. Pause it here. Go listen to the group card. It was the world at the beginning, because they will be paired with most of these signs, and definitely with yours. So you received the Seven of Wands. I'm telling you, I hear, intuitive reader, you can get a lot more, you get more bees with honey than you do, or get more, right? You get more bees with honey. What's that saying? You get more people around you if you're nicer. You get more friends if you're nicer. Although, maybe not. See how this works for you. See how this works. Because this is, are you fighting if you're putting up your dukes? Be sweet. Now, Libras, you're good. You're really good, but you can tend to be, or perhaps seek out the drama. Do something for someone else so you don't have to face your own life. This is face the fear, have faith, do it, do it, do it. Use your own intuition. I don't know what's going on in your life. These are general readings, but this is like, go ahead, go do it. Stop fighting with people, stop fighting with yourself. Do it. That's all I'm getting for Libra. The Libra is like, take a chance. Put down the weapons, put down the armaments, put down the shield that's hiding your heart. We can keep our boundaries. Okay, thank you, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio's getting, the Judgment card. Oh, and if you want, go listen to, stop the tape or listen to it afterwards. Tape recording. Age. Go listen to the group card. That was the world card. Because they're going to be paired. So, which makes perfect sense. The judgment of the world is now at your door. Your people are coming. Oh, I dropped that one. Now, if I'm, not all the time, but most of the time, something happens during the session, that usually pertains to the reading. That feels like you dropped the ball. Big time, not just a little bit. This feels like the ball's been dropped and you're getting called out on it. You know, like if you're having sports and the referee says, oh, foul, or, that's baseball, I think. Well, they're on the field with the football. The referee, 9 yards, I don't know, whatever they do. It feels like you're being called out on a misdemeanor. You're being called out on, because I'm hearing Pied Piper. Some of you, it can work with Scorpios, male, female, sort of a little bit like the Pied Piper, where people can be seduced by your charm, but if you don't have anything to back it up, or if you hurt them along the way, that's judgment. But the biggest person we always hurt is ourselves. Even if we've hurt hundreds, the person we hurt the most is ourselves. So this is a reminder to be free, be you, but that judgment is coming. How did they say it? Come a calling? It's coming calling, knocking at your door. And it doesn't have to be literally, like, authorities at your door. But what's the door? We have many spiritual doors. We have many spiritual worlds that we work in and through and around. This is to get your house in order. Get the house in order, whether from clutter, messiness, arguments. Let them, you know, we forgive sometimes just so we could get past the argument. And families, loved ones, you know, we want to get past those type of things. So get past that part if this is involving you. No doom and gloom, but something's coming, knocking at your door. Again, it doesn't have to be literal. It could be figurative. We just prepare. We just prepare. Nothing catastrophic. We just prepare, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going into... These are general readings. You take care of your business. If we take care of our business and we know that we're doing the best we can, that's all that can be asked of us. All right. Thank you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you got the Hermit. That tells me unequivocally there is a Virgo roaming around you. If you don't know them or know who they are just yet, this Virgo's coming. If they're already in your life, you need to shine a light on them, because either they've felt neglected, they need help cleaning. Some Virgos, I find a lot of Earth, no, more Virgos than Taurus or Capricorn, but they are collectors. So they can be the hoarders. They can be just messy. So there's a Virgo around you that needs help. And shine a light on that snake. They might need your help because they're in a relationship with a snake. So let's see. If this is you also, learn your boundaries intimately. Intimately. The road you're traveling can seem precarious. Can seem a little precarious, but you're going to get through it. You're actually going to get through it. It's going to feel maybe a little rough. You'll get through it. You know. Sagittarius. I keep hearing Virgo. Okay, so that's your reading. I only do the one card. But it's all right. You'll get through. We always get through. We think that we can't or that we're not until we get through. Okay, thank you. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you got the Knight of Cups. If this is you pursuing someone, this is leaps and bounds better today than it was yesterday. It'll be better tomorrow than it was today. If they are completely out of your reach, this is a reminder to let the horse stop jumping up in the air. I'm going to get a clarifier for Capricorn. Mountain, stand your ground. And stop jumping through hoops for someone. We can do that with work sometimes because we have to do what we don't want to do until we can do what we want to do. And then also it's a big change in perception. But this is stand your ground. In emotion, say, no, I'm not going along with that. No, I don't like going to that restaurant. No, I don't. Or yes, this is how I see things. Yes, I love the other restaurants. How you word things. I love the other restaurants better. I want to work in that office. Get your emotions in check. Because Capricorn, there are mountains waiting for you. How do you want to go through them or get to the other side? Standing your ground does not necessarily mean no movement. It's still moving. And then don't forget to go check with the group card at the beginning, because that's going to come into play too. Because that's your end result. The World. Pentacles, right? Wands, earth, air, fire, water. You have all the elements here. Don't be too emotional. Work with it. Find it. And if somebody else is around you emotional, you might not be able to do anything about it. Sorry. But we escape. We look at them like, listen, I'm not putting up with that. That part is the heart. The heart. So, okay. Capricorn, thank you. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. Ooh, Aquarius, you got 9 of Pentacles. This is a lot of messages coming your way. This is regality. This is, I know what I want. I'm going to send off messages like crazy. I'm going to do what I want in a respectful way, though. The 9 of Pentacles. This is now growth. I am so done with one area. I have to move on. Send everyone ahead of time. Send the announcements, because I'll be there shortly. She knows exactly what she wants. She knows exactly what she's doing. And it's sort of, I'm picking up sort of like the Garden of Eden, if you're familiar with those stories. Feels like I need to make it right again. I need to make it perfect. I need to have home again. I need to be the queen of my castle. But that hand on hip says, listen, I know exactly who I am. I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm getting. Please abide by it. Please honor me. And work with me. That's what that says. Thank you, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Pisces, you got Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, I'm getting almost, it's a different card, but I'm getting almost exactly the same as Aquarius. Oh, I already shuffled it back in. If you want, please listen to the group card at the beginning. Everyone seems to be getting paired with, well, almost everyone seems to be getting paired with that. So the second part of the pairing is the Queen of Wands. You see how that dog is looking up lovingly? But also like, okay, what are you up to now? Right? What are you up to now? Pisces, what are you up to now? What are you doing? She knows what she's doing now. She's got it all together. She knows exactly. But she's doing it at nighttime. She's got the hood up. So some things we do keep private. Keep certain things in your life private. Who you're dating, who you this, what you're doing, what you make, why do you have to tell people where you're going all the time? You don't. And sometimes, not in a nefarious way or a bad way, but sometimes we need to sneak around just because they don't have to know where we're going. They don't have to know what we're doing. In a couple's relationship, it's a little different because there has to be a level of trust there. And sometimes we don't tell them immediately, oh, I went to the store 3 times today. In a week, oh, while I was at the store last week. That's fine. That's normal. But this is, make sure you're not hiding things from somebody unless it's an absolute necessity. She's ready. She is just full of confidence and ready to go. Go, 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 go. Pisces, I'm going. It doesn't matter gender if you're listening. Just go. Go forward, go forward, go forward. I'm ready. She might very well wait for the dawn. So there seems to be a little wait time there. Wait for the dawn, and then if you listen to the group card, that's what I'm hearing. That's what's going to happen. Thank you, Pisces. Moving on to Aries. I'm going to get a little shuffle here. Aries. Our strong Aries. Or maybe sometimes I can't give an inch Aries. Sometimes. Nine of Wands. I've gotten a lot of wands, I think, today. I'm getting that you've buried something that needs to be dug up. Now, sometimes we need to bury a memory. That's why they call it like dissociative memories, repressed memories, because sometimes it's so painful, humiliating, or something, and then we don't get it for years later, sometimes never in a lifetime. And people can even tell you about it. It's like, no, that never happened. So, because traumas can be painful to remember. I'm not saying you have a trauma that's been repressed, but sometimes if we were maybe not the kindest with our words to someone, and we thought we were joking, on that kind of a level, this card says you need to dig that up and either make amends. If the person's not around and you'll never see them again or whatever, we still make amends on a spiritual level. Make amends, but more importantly, make amends to yourself. Have self-compassion, because this is getting ready to stand up and go forth to fight the battles. There's a battle every day when we wake up in some way, shape, or form. This reminds you, you're okay. You're okay. You're going to do it. You're stronger than you think. Aries, you're stronger than you think. And Aries usually know that they're strong. But human, when we have these moments where I don't really completely feel so strong. You are. Also at the same time, bury the things that are done. Like they said, bury the hatchet. I don't know where that saying comes from, but you know, not sweep it under the carpet. This is, you got to put something to rest. An argument, a bad relationship. Now, I had someone in my life, too, a family member I loved, but it was very difficult being with them. So what I did was I was a pen pal. We had the best relationship. When she passed, it was very sad, whereas it might not have been as sad. I still would have been sad, but not as much prior. So figure out how you can make amends to someone else, make amends to yourself, and figure out how you can sometimes have a relationship. And then sometimes it's like, no, can't do. I can love you, but I'll love you from over there. Go. Time to move on. It's time to move on in whatever way that shows up in your life. Thank you, Aries. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, you got the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who has it all. And sometimes King of Pentacles don't realize they have it all. They think they have it all, but they don't. All the time, it's like, well, I'm still missing something. So they want to strive for more material things, more something. So make sure you don't have to have 150,002 pairs of shoes. You don't have to have 64 cars. Literally. Or even if, like, complete billionaires. Have them if you want, but this is to let you know that what you have right now is fine. And yes, I know many are struggling. This says you have what you need, have what you want. You're sitting on the golden goose. You're sitting in the golden throne. That would be on. Look, he's so serious. So serious. This card today tells me also, Taurus, that there is no movement. There's absolutely no movement. There's no move. I'm going to get a clarifier. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Make some of your decisions on the inner knowing. The inner knowing is our wisdom, our intuition, what feels right. And we have to go by that standard. Sometimes we make decisions that we absolutely don't like. Sometimes we have to break up with someone because we can't give them what they want. Sometimes we have to leave a job because we commit, and it's been 30 years that everyone's been good to you. You like that, but you can start your own company. There's reasons sometimes. And honor your inner knowing. This is medicine mother. This is the mother coming to you to give you support and to add to your coffers, to add to your gold, to add. But this is no movement, but this is healing. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Think of that for a second. There's no movement. He's very complacent. Nothing's perfect. Most things aren't perfect. Some things feel perfect or think they're perfect. But this is no movement. So anyone around you thinking that you're going to get up, you're going to move, you're going to change your status, you're going to change your mind, not happening. Not happening. And it's not happening for a very long time. A very long time. And the medicine mother, honor your inner knowing, that's admit the truth. That is definitely admit the truth and know your inner knowing. No, because a lot of times when we have to make a decision, we'll ask 5 friends. We'll go watch these types of things sometimes for a little guidance, and they all help. I do ask. I ask my guides, and I get a lot of feedback. But the human Sandra still would like more feedback. So I'll ask a friend or 2. I don't ask tons of people. This is you getting information that it just helps you. This is a healing. This is a healing like no... The medicine mother heals. It's not just the grandmother earth. This is more powerful than that. This incorporates earth, wind, and fire. even the group. Go listen to some of their songs. Incorporate music into your life. This is a healing like no other for this message today. But it's an inner healing. If it's a physical healing too, yay, we lay hands. We send out that blessings and the good energy, yay. But this is acceptance. Acceptance. This is acceptance. You'll have less stress if you accept. That's the Taurus. All right, so I want to say thank you, because that's the last of them, right? Yes. I want to say thank you for joining once again. You take what resonates with you. If you like, please hit like, subscribe, and share. I'm always open to feedback and comments. I like them. I know I get more off of here, but comment under the video. Hold on to the information. I frequently find it's applicable, or it will kick in. Or you have to deliver the message with compassion, always with compassion. So how do we end sessions? Always with find the joy, find the beauty, recognize it, see your blessing. When we recognize our blessings, we are a blessing to others. You are worthy. You are loved, and lovable. That's how you were created. Use that. Go play.